Hello friends, so in this video we will start installing SSL on NetScaler, which we did in the last video, the load balancer. So we'll go to our we'll go to our NetScaler. In one of our video, I have shown how you can generate a certificate from root CA. You can take reference of that video. I will share that link in the video in the comments. But let's go to the network traffic, virtual servers. I already have it one configured with HTTPS. I will just delete it, and then we will configure a new one. I will say web server web HTTPS. Protocol is SSL, and the IP I will take as. Click OK. So now we already created the server group in the last video, so we'll use the same video selected, and you will notice that my service group is using HTTP. Port 80 doesn't matter because user will be hitting my load balancer IP, and that will use HTTPS. So in the backend, my NetScaler will offload the traffic to HTTP. It helps in reducing the load on web servers with HTTP encryption, HTTPS encryption, and everything. That's something we call SSL offloading. Continue. Now it's asking for a certificate. I will use my server certificate, which I have already uploaded. This is my root C certificate. You still say it's down, but when you will click on done, it shows up. Save our configuration, and I have already created a DNS record which is pointing to 125. So if I type https web server.this, you will see it's taking traffic now. You can see in statistics here we have got a hit. We server hit 1. We got hit 2. So then you can see 2 total active sessions. If how the traffic is going when you configure, are you getting hit or not. This is quite simple to configure HTTPS on the load balancer, and I'm not running HTTPS certificate on my backend web server, so I'm offloading traffic. All the SSL encryption load is and decryption load is handled on the NetScaler side, and in the backend my web server don't have to spend resources on those in decryption. There are a few more things you can definitely use it. One is called persistence. Persistence is when when you are making a connection to the load balancer is pointing your connections to the one backend server. It is 01 or 02, but suppose you are working on some application you want, and you want your sessions to retain on that web server even though you refresh the page. Then in that case, we define persistence, how the persistence will remain. So source IP is not that effective one in many cases. Mostly cases we use cookies insert. And if I would say different, suppose you have many users working in one organization which has a one public IP. So then you might have any issues there, because there will be one source IP for all the users coming in. So cookies insert is the best, works in most of the cases. You have to look which one suits well for your case, you know. And then there is something called method. Method we use how the load balancing algorithm should work, you know, how the client will how the client, the NetScaler will decide which clients backend servers to put your connection in, you know. So as it say, method is a load balancing algorithm that NetScaler ADC uses to select a service to which to direct the client request. So you can use multiple method like least connection, round robin, last response time. So there are many metrics NetScaler can use it, you know. So you have to define it according to your configure your requirement, you know. And then we say yes, and there are many more things you can do. You can create responder policies, you can do a lot of traffic policies, you can configure many things, but it all depends what is the requirement, what is the need. Otherwise it's very easy to just normally configure the load balancer and just make it work like this. And you will see that if I will try to do a traffic HTTP, I get no response. So I don't have to do a lot of tweaking on my web servers to, you know, always redirect HTTP load to the HTTPS. You know, there are options there, but this is everything can be easily managed on NetScaler, and you can do a lot of things actually. I think we will go through with many things in future videos, and you will be configuring redirection responder, rewrite policies, and content filtering. You know, I hope it was quick and you enjoyed it. Don't forget to watch our next video.